Welcome to Flow Motion with Marie. Take a break from your day and spend 30 minutes to give yourself the physical and mental space your body and mind need. Begin in this seated position, sitting on your heels. And if this isn't comfortable, then sit cross-legged. Close your eyes and give yourself the space to breathe deeper, the space to move more intentionally, and the space to celebrate the here and the now. If you haven't already, start to breathe a little bit deeper and fuller. And with intention and attention, bring your fingertips to the floor alongside you. And then walk them further back. Expand your chest and look upward. Feel the space in your chest. Now let's round the spine, take the arms forward. Feel the space in the back. Flow back to the previous posture, fingertips to floor, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Round the spine, arms reach forward, and we'll continue with that flow. So essentially we're arching and rounding, almost like a cat and cow position, except that we're upright and not on hands and knees. Breathe fully, completely. And then we'll pause here. We'll maintain the lift that we've created. And then we'll come on to our hands. Hands under the shoulders. Extend your right leg and we'll shift forward and back. Your right foot stays on the floor. As you reach back and forward, keep the belly pulling in. Your foot can remain on the floor or you can lift it. That will give you a little bit more challenge, so you have just 3 points on the ground instead of 4. Continue to shift forward and back. Continue to pull the belly in. And maybe, just maybe, your left arm will rise and you'll shift forward and back. And that might mean having to move around whatever is left on the ground so that you find stability, because this will challenge your balance and it will make you wobble, and you'll work with this wobble. Now right leg will bend and left arm will reach back. Return left hand, right foot to ground, and repeat. The right leg, reach back with the left arm, perhaps tap the foot and replace hand and foot. And you'll just repeat each time, reaching back and then lowering the hand and foot. So try to find your flow. Reach, come down, breathe all throughout. We lower the left hand and the right knee, and with resistance, lower all the way down. That's your exhale. Inhale, lift the chest. The back body works to lift you. Come up in little pulses. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Pull your belly in as you lift and lower. On the next lift, stay here. Keep the breath long. Lift your legs as well, just briefly. And then we'll press up, back onto the hands. Extend your left leg behind you and you'll shift forward and back. So toes stay on the ground for now so that you can get your balance and get into the rhythm of shifting your body forward and back. And naturally you can stay in this version, or you can lift the back foot. The toes of your other foot can be pointing toward the back of the mat, or they can be curled under. So explore whichever variation feels better or more stable for you. You have an option of raising your right arm forward if you want to challenge your balance. This side might feel more wobbly, so if so, consider curling the right toes under. I mentioned that just a few moments ago. That might give you more stability. Whether you have just 2 or 3 points on the ground, just keep breathing fully. Now let's come to center. Bend the left leg and reach back with the right arm. Then re-extend and lower the right hand and left foot. Come back to previous posture. Find your rhythm. Reach, perhaps even tap the back foot. Then come back to the ground. And as you repeat over time, you'll find a little bit more stability because the repetition does that. Now lower the right hand and the left knee and lower all the way down from thighs, slower than the first time, thighs to belly to chest to head. And then curl up, a brief low cobra, and you'll push up, curl the toes under, and come into downward facing dog. You can bend and straighten your legs alternately. You can make funny faces to relax your face muscles. Now lift your heels very high, bend your knees deeply, and press the balls of the feet into the ground. Lower your heels until where they can go. And stay in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the legs. Reach the right leg up. Slowly and with intention. Reach your right leg long and then pull the knee into the chest. Shoulders come in line with the wrists as you hug your right knee into your chest. Round the spine. Pull the heel close to the buttocks. And then step the right foot forward. Carry if you need to. Lower the left knee. Left fingertips are on the mat. Reach your right arm up and back. So you come into a twist. And then untwist, the right arm reaches down. Once more, right arm back behind you. And then shift the hips forward and bend your left leg. Tap the left foot. Undo the pose, lower right hand and left foot. Repeat this flow, just reaching back as you bend the back leg and undo. Let's try that again. Reach back for your bent leg and we'll hold the posture. You're in this twist, your hips are low, and you're breathing. Remain spacious in the chest, remain buoyant in the upper body. You can even come up to your left fingertips. That might help boost your lift so that you're not squashed down toward the mat. If your hand and foot don't even meet, like so, just bend the left leg and reach back with the right arm so that in spite of what the shape looks like, the efforts are there. Let's release this posture. Lower your right hand and let your right knee roll out to the side. The inner edge of your right foot peels off of the ground. We inhale. Exhale, knee to center, right hand to right side of foot and curl the left toes under. Push both hands down, then lift the right foot off of the mat. Draw your belly in, round the spine and feel the front body contract. And step the right foot down. Come back to downward facing dog. We inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, bend both legs, left leg high up. And then we'll pull the knee into chest, shoulders over wrists. Contract the front body, bring the left heel closer to the left buttock. Breathe. And step the left foot forward. We'll lower the right knee. Reach the left arm up and reach back. Then reverse that. Left arm reaches up and lowers in front of you. Now draw your hips forward, bend your right leg and reach the left arm up and back. Reverse that, lower the right foot, lower the left hand, and retwist, rebend, re-reach, and release. And we're just going to keep doing this. The same thing, reaching back and bending the back leg, just as we did on the first side. And always know that you can shift around until you feel more stable, until you feel more open. So that might mean coming up onto your fingertips or bringing a block underneath your right hand, whatever you need to feel most open. Now we're going to hold this here. Keep reaching back with the left arm, keep bending your right leg, and remain open in the chest. Bring a little lift so that you're buoyant. Inhale. Exhale. We'll release this. Right foot, left hand lower. Left knee will roll out to the side. This is a version of lizard pose. Curl your right toes under as preparation for the next pose. Let's come out of lizard pose. Left knee to center, left hand to the side of the left foot. Lift your right knee and push down with the hands to lift your left foot. Draw the belly in and come into a downward facing dog, but the left foot remains up. Round the spine, contract, and lower the left foot. We're in downward facing dog. Press the balls of the feet into the ground, the hands firm into your mat, bend the legs, and step forward. Rise up in chair pose. The legs bend, the arms sweep forward and up. Lift your left heel and slowly reach the left leg back. Take your time. Right foot pushes down as the left leg remains long. And land the left foot as you come into crescent pose. Reach the arms back and take them to your hips. We'll reach the chest forward while you gently pull your shoulders back. Keep the arms here or take them behind you as you clasp the fingers and extend the arms. This might give you more space in the chest, more space in the front shoulders. Now pivot the ball of the left foot, lower the left heel, straighten the front leg, and choose a comfortable distance between the feet before rebending the right leg. Shimmy the shoulders to bring more space to the chest and come into Warrior Two. When you press both feet firmly into the ground, there is a rebound effect so that your efforts aren't put to waste. The pressing down creates a lift and a lightness that travels from the feet through the legs, through the hips, through spine, through neck, through arms. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Straighten the front leg, reach the arms up and clasp the left wrist. Bring the left foot a tad forward and lean the torso toward your right leg. The legs are straight, the torso and arms remain long. Check in with your breath so that it remains full and slow and steady. Lower your right hand to your shin or block or fingertips to the ground while your left arm reaches up. Don't think that you have to touch the ground here. Key points are remaining spacious in the left and right and front and back side of the body. The face is relaxed. The breath is full. Bend your right leg, lower your left hand, lower your left knee. Right arm, sweep it up and reach it back. Draw your hips forward and bend the left leg. So we've done all this before. All efforts, all shapes are familiar. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can come up on the left fingertips, and that might raise you up a little, just to explore. It's not a requirement, just an invitation. Soften anything that's working too much. And we release. Right hand lowers, hips lift, and come into downward facing dog. Let's take a deep inhale. A full exhale. Bend your legs, look forward, and step forward. Bend legs even deeper and come into chair pose. Arms reach forward and upward. Peel the right heel off of your mat and slowly reach the right leg back. In slow motion, land your right foot down, far behind. Come into crescent pose. Once more, the arms sweep back, they come onto your hips, and you reach the chest forward and upward. You draw your shoulders back, join the hands, clasp the fingers, and expand the chest here. Inhale. Exhale, pivot the back foot, lower the right heel. Find a comfortable distance between the feet and rebend your left leg. A warrior two stance. Release the arms. Spread them out to your sides. And just as we did on the first side, firm the feet down. As you firm down, feel the rebound, the energy rise from your legs, through your hips, up the torso, up your spine, out through your arms, and up through the crown of the head. Straighten your left leg, reach the arms up, and clasp your right arm. Back foot will come a little bit closer and lean toward your left leg. Remain long, not just in the body, more importantly in the breath. Bottom arm lowers, the top arm reaches. Shimmy the shoulders just a little so you can make more space in the chest. The bottom hand, like I said on the first side, can remain on the front leg or on a block or on the ground. And whether you're looking up or down or somewhere in between, keep breathing. Bend your front leg, lower the right hand and right knee. Simultaneously, left arm up, hips forward, right leg bends. We revisit all of these efforts, this twist, this reaching back with the left arm, the bending of the right leg. Option to come up onto your right fingertips. Broad in the upper body, lifted in the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out and release. Step back into downward facing dog. Hips remain high. Hands push into the ground. The balls of the feet firm into your mat. Let's take one more deep inhale. Exhale, reach the right leg up as you bend the left leg. Pull your right knee in and set your knee down toward your right hand. Lower your left leg so that your left knee and the top of your left foot press into the ground. Your front leg is deeply bent. Now take a moment here and see if you need to prop your right hip up. Do you need a block? Do you need a folded blanket? Props help us give the lift in parts where we feel we're sinking. They give you that added stability and comfort in a posture. Here we are, fingertips to the ground in front of you. We'll twist to our right. so that the left hand is closer to the right knee and the right hand starts to travel behind as the back leg bends. Reach back for the back leg with your right hand, and whether hand and foot meet or not doesn't matter. Remember the efforts of bending the back leg and reaching back with the right arm. Those are what counts. We're seated tall. We're breathing fully and completely. And then we release. Release the foot, both hands in front of you. Draw the chest forward, maybe lower down to the elbows, and then we'll sway side to side. That gives a little bit more texture to this posture. Instead of going straight down, we're moving side to side to give the body some softness. Some of you might even be built so that your chest can lower all the way down. If that's you, then you can do that. So be in your version of this posture, the version that allows you to keep your breath full and steady. We'll come up, left toes curl under, and step back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Legs bend, the left leg reaches up, and the left knee comes close to the left hand. Lower the hips and look back at the back leg, the right knee, and the top of the right foot face the ground. Here, decide, do you need a prop to keep your hips stable? You'll find your version of stable, your lift, and start to twist to your left this time and bend your right leg. The left arm will reach back. The upper body is in the twist. Your right hand helps to keep you stable. The belly pulls in. And as careful as we were in coming in, we'll carefully let go here. So release the right leg and bring your left hand back in front of you. Draw your chest forward and downward. And again, as we did on the first side of this posture, we find your version, whether you're high up or down low with the torso or somewhere in between like I am. We're not moving, but still there's work. The work to press the front of your right leg into the ground. The work of reaching the crown of your head forward. Let's come up, curl the right toes under, and step back into downward facing dog. Take a few moments to bend and straighten the legs, and then come into stillness. Hands firm into the ground. Come forward into plank. And think of yourself really long and really stable. The balls of the feet push into the ground. Heels press back. Legs long. Spine long. Neck long. Breath long. We inhale. Exhale. Your hands push into the mat, the knees lower, and with resistance lower all the way down to the head. Arms alongside the body, and your right leg, and then the left. Straighten the right leg, and straighten the left. Choose a head position that works for you, and you'll just switch, bending slowly and straightening slowly. So try and bend and straighten with resistance as well, so that you strengthen your hamstrings. A lot of the work we do in yoga postures is folding forward, where we stretch a lot of the hamstrings. But this movement, this bending and straightening with resistance, strengthens the hamstrings. Now we'll do both at a time, this time even slower than when we started. Think of it like a very slow flexing of the biceps, but this time the hamstrings. Let's stay here bent and then squeeze, squeeze. So they're little pulsing movements. They're at the end of the bend and you're bending a little bit more. Bend, release, bend, release. And then we release. As slow as you can, lower your feet all the way down to the mat. Bring your head to center, and we'll start to lift the upper body. Lift the chest, the neck, the head. Reach the shoulders back. Lift your arms and bend your legs. You'll bend them so deeply, and maybe hands will reach for your ankles, or maybe not. Remember the effort, continuous effort of reaching back with the arms and bending the legs. Those are the efforts that count. Draw the belly in. If you are holding on to your ankles, press your shins back to give you space in the shoulders and in the chest. Keep this sense of buoyancy, of lift, and remember to breathe here. We'll release the legs, start to straighten them, start to reach your arms forward. Everything lifted. Take one inhale. And then exhale. Come down, make a pillow out of your hands and rest your head on your hands. Take the hips side to side if that feels good. And then we'll switch sides. So lie down on your back, and there's no one glamorous way to do it. Just whack, flip over. Fix your ponytail if you need to, fix your outfit if you need to. But hug your knees into your chest. And earlier on, the work was in expanding the front body and opening up and arching the spine. Now we are dialing that back. Thighs close to the chest, spine at a neutral. We lower our legs to the ground. The soles of the feet touch. And you can choose how far you want your heels to be from your pelvis. But bring your hands to the point where the upper thigh and lower hip meets. And gently push into the creases and down and away from you. Push down. And breathe. Has that given you a little bit more space in the hips and in the lower back? If that has, please let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. From here, we'll come into the final resting pose, Savasana. Legs straighten and just flop out. Palms face the sky. We inhale deeply. And exhale and soften into the pose. And as always, take as much time as you need to before coming up from this posture and enjoying the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me in Flow Motion, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.